Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to control. Let's continue. So we've got security door clearance 5 done, which I think means that there will no longer be any sections that we run into that we can't access.
Everything here is crazy. Weird, but it feels right. Like how the world should be. I am in an infinite building leading to different dimensions, and I never want to leave. Even with all the horror, I'm happy. It feels sane. Or just the right kind of insane.
Yeah, I'm questioning whether Jesse isn't a human at all and never was. If she actually is an interdimensional being that thought it was human, or perhaps tied themselves. There we go. Tricked themselves into believing they were human or something. That's my suspicion. Does the pierce go through people? Yes, it does. So if they're lining up nicely in a row, you can definitely kill people. I think... where are we? We're in an area I don't think I've been, or if I have been up here, I don't feel like I can just jump down and then come back up. So, yeah. This might have been where we got the pumps working with the power. So where are we looking for? The control room or the Black Rock Quarry? We're looking for the Black Rock Quarry, so let's look at the control room and see where the store leads us. That's a cool thing for sure, but not really something that needs to happen every time when we're opening. Alright, so I just opened this door, which I believe is a... Oh, seriously? Seriously, game, you're gonna do this to me? Research major targets as a quest. Oh, this is annoying. The game glitched. It had to have glitched. That this wasn't supposed to. It's not supposed to lock me out. Oh, seriously, game. Is there something I could fast travel to? I guess maybe. We are here. I could fast travel back to the Atlas chamber, or I can go to the energy converters entrance. Well, actually, I guess it doesn't matter because where it wants me to go is not even the right direction. This seems strange. Am I going the way it wants me to go? Let's ask about this. Alright. We still can't transfer and travel on that area. Maybe that's what the rubber ducky does. This will take me back to the janitor's office. I don't feel a need to go back to the janitor's office. Let's just fast travel. I guess I could fast travel to any of the other locations. This is a good point to look at and see the executive part of the building. Seems like we've seen most, if not everything there. Whereas maintenance, there's this big area, which I guess I could go to the furnace chamber and see if I could get through in that direction. And that might be easier. And then research, there's 2 major areas on the right side, and then there's a whole nother floor. Alright, I'm just gonna fast travel here and see how this works. Game is just gonna show me complete blackness. Alright. This is the furnace chamber. This is the control pumps. Yeah, I think the furnace chamber does have a shortcut. Now that I have the 5 level 5 clearance. That is, if I can make it to where I'm supposed to be. Right. Yeah. You can't double dash, so I think the way I did this was to stand here and then do that and do that. Nope, that won't let me through either. So if the furnace won't let me in through that side, then we need to fast travel to a different location. I feel like we're gonna start running into more of this. I feel like, yeah, we're gonna have a lot of just go this way, go that way ideas or paths. Right. None of these point to a Blackrock quarry. I really don't want to fight anything if I can avoid it. Does this open to a pathway? It seems like it should, but it might be way up there. Because, yeah, there's kind of nothing here. And jumping off the edge would serve no good and screw up my challenge of killing 50 minions without dying. Is there a way perhaps to get up higher without being where we need to? Yeah, so you can see way up there it says Blackrock Quarry. Is there possibly a way up on these pumps? I don't think there is. Right. So let's see if we can maybe just fast travel back to where we were, and if that door will now be open. Otherwise, we're gonna have to go back further and deal with this. All because of a dumb glitch. Yeah. This sucks. Alright. So we're gonna have to go not there, which is the energy converters. We're gonna have to go to the Atlas chamber. And we're gonna have to run through the Atlas chamber. It is a little interesting that the game saved all the enemies I left. All the items I dropped. But I don't know how that would help very much. Like if I'm in such a desperate need of health that I'm running around the entirety of the game looking for health, I'm probably just gonna die and reset. It's kind of easy to do all of this because there's nothing going on. Here's a level 5. We can see where this leads. There some item to pick up, or is it just this? I think pretty much in any game you just need somebody that would kick, smash, or in some other way open the it's just a shortcut. Open chests rather quickly. I don't feel a full need to. Yeah, I can't get up there, but that might be a nice shortcut out to show this kind of animations. I think I'm just gonna run this way and ignore those guys, and then come back out here, and then call the elevator. And I doubt the guys would ever be able to find me through this door, so forget them. Yeah, we had this nice cinematic lead up to a next cinematic sequence, and I walked through the wrong door, and it decides to lock me out. That's pretty ridiculous. Yeah, I know that I personally have like 32 gigs of RAM, but the fact that I'm running through areas and finding the drops of health seems silly. Seems like they should do some item pickup, despawn some of that after a while, or after I leave an area. There's kind of no reason for it to exist. Alright, Blackrock Quarry number 3. What is this door open, by the way? A new fast travel location. Let's see. There we go. This is the way to Blackrock Quarry, I believe. So it becomes questionable what the other thing was. Like, what is this elevator that now seems to be available? Why couldn't I get on that elevator before? Do those elevators lead to some room that's locked? I assume I broke these railings, which there's something to be said that's nice about destructible railings in destructible environment. I guess if these guys are not going to give me much trouble, I can just kill them with the pierce. All these names are terrible. Another collectible. Another collectible. I would be very interested to see what this game would play like if all the collectibles were replaced with simply with health items, first aid kits, something that you could use, perhaps grenades, which we have really not had a grenade. Instead we're dealing with this ability, which is effectively a grenade ability. But it doesn't quite feel like a grenade when you throw it. It's not something where you can just go pick up, throw, it will explode. And I would have a hard time thinking of a good argument to say let's get rid of grenades in games. First-person shooters, they serve a vital part of the process in which, if you're overwhelmed, you can kill bunched up enemies. Maybe the argument for this game would be that the enemies do tend to stay together in groups and are kind of always bunched up, so grenades would be particularly powerful. You know what you've never seen in a video game, or at least I've never seen an enemy AI jump on a grenade to save their buddies. That would be an interesting twist to fix that problem. But yeah, something more than just the pretty short range melee and the slow and targeted throwing of items. It's funny, this elevator always makes me think that it's actually pointing towards a bathroom. I guess I don't look at too many elevator signs, but I wouldn't think that it would have a symbol of people on it. I pretty much assume anything with a symbol of a human on it is a bathroom. More collectibles. And sort of a save spot, but not really. We've never spawned out of one of those.
Elevator's broken. Gotta get down the old-fashioned way.
So they're gonna make us jump down this time. So this was probably the first time we were supposed to jump down somewhere. And they're making it pretty obvious the directions you should go, so you don't take too much damage. I want to look at the map. Is the map not going to clear out, or is it going to be blacked out the whole time? That would kind of suck if the if these censored blacked out parts don't change. I don't know if it really matters too much though. It's gonna be frustrating trying to fight things and get down at the same time. I have like one more I need to kill without dying. And then maybe I have to make it back to the area, to a fast travel spot. That doesn't seem like a safe place to jump down. I'm gonna assume that this is where they want us to go. Yeah, I haven't taken any fall damage so far. Going down those stairs is awkward. With the brutalist architecture in the rest of this game, having ramps would have been okay with me. I don't know if that is part of this architecture style. I frankly know nothing about brutalism as an architecture style, other than it probably was heavily embraced by the fascist countries when they were building their buildings. Because all those buildings look like they're brutalist architecture styles. It's weird that there's so many dents in the pipes. Like, in most video games, if you see a metal air conditioner pipe, you assume it's a solid piece of metal, where in reality it probably wouldn't be so solid and would be kind of dented if people had stood on it. But also, if you stood on a pipe like that and it wasn't solid metal, you probably would fall right through it and break it. Same is true, I suppose, for climbing through a ventilation shaft. We finally did it. 50 kills without dying. Yeah. There really is no reason why any of these air conditioner shafts would... Oh, I dented it. That's interesting. That's more of that Unreal Materials design. They're getting so crazy in how they design things these days, where it's a material, you set it as how strong it is, whether it has physics enacted on it or not. A lot of things don't have physics enacted on them, so they just stay in one place and there's no way that they can be moved. Where a lot of things here clearly have physics enacted on them, but they're actually crumpling and damaging. Of course, all of that requires CPU or GPU. Like, you don't get these kinds of elements for free. These things that make it seem a little bit more real world and realistic. And a lot of times, even if you have programmed your code very well, you're still going to suffer from the fact that you are going to have to spend a lot of time programming all of that. There, I've got 2 of them done. I don't see anybody. Research personnel protection mission. Yeah, and that just worked, although it clipped in a satellite dish out of nowhere. Yeah, either I'm running into fights that are super easy or I'm running into fights that are super hard. And mostly they're super easy now. Alright, so we can finally collect this reward. Energy boost. And collect this reward. Okay. So, executive incursion, kill enemies with launch, charge maneuvers. Charge into the field, it's an air commercial of war. Kill enemies with a service weapon in charge mode. I don't know if I even have charge mode. Executives. So either I go to maintenance and kill his warped, which maybe I can do right now, or try charge mode. And then at some point, if I am going to continuously just run out of board countermeasures, I am going to have to transfer to the executive area. Is it really a smart idea to try and upgrade things? Like, my upgrading constructs level. Feels like you would upgrade this at the end of the game, once you've upgraded everything else. So let's look around here for a second and just see if there's any pickups or items of importance. I don't know if we're really going into a big fight or what. I'm still not really sure where the Blackrock Prisms stuff is coming from. So I'll be interested in seeing what the quarry actually is. If you're going to put text right over what I'm looking at. Nope. This charged gun might just be too slow to take out all of these guys. It's working very nicely. So, just a lot of back and forth going on here. My gun's having trouble charging up. Yeah, so apparently the Blackrock comes out of the oldest house itself. So we're sacrificing or breaking apart the house maybe itself to yeah, it's no longer blacked in. That's good. Or maybe this is the foundation of the oldest house, so it doesn't mind being quarried. Got a big red thing, and then a light, and then nothing. Why did they want me in this building, in this room? Like, this is what you do in video games when you want somebody to go that direction, not when you don't want them to go that direction. Power plants is that way. So yeah, if I go this direction, I think this probably leads Well, how would it lead? There's a... Alright, if I wanted to go to the power plant, I could do it that way, but then I couldn't come back. So that might be a shortcut when leaving. Meanwhile, this path goes nowhere. This path is locked, and one hopes that that's not a glitch. So why couldn't you just build one giant HRA to resonate with all of these rocks? And then it would be the whole building, wouldn't it? What else new do we have? Zoom. Adding a zoom to the pierce would be nice. But I couldn't ever justify losing my extra damage. So I'd have to just improve the game. 15 more minutes and we'll mess up that quest. Not finish that quest. This is just the design of this area is a little weird. It's kind of open-ended, but not completely. There's a lot of areas up there that look like they might be someplace where you would be able to get up. Although I don't know if it's really worth the effort to try to climb up there for what is almost certainly just a collectible, if anything. So we've got floating rocks, and we were getting up to this area. Interesting. I still need a flashlight terribly. I've never really wanted a flashlight more in a game. It's so bad in this. And I don't know if that's the ray tracing or if that's just control in a nutshell. I don't think I could make that jump. Yeah, I don't think I can go from there, from here. And where would that lead me anyways? That would just be another way, I think, to get into the furnace chambers, which is not really where we're going right now. I think at the end of this game we'll probably look at several locations.
Not what I expected.
Several locations where there's a shortcut that we didn't bother to go down, and probably behind that shortcut door there's probably a item to collect, some random loot box. So, oops, hit my microphone. Wasn't really expecting a star field. This feels like this is going to be a big boss battle, and something that I very possibly will die multiple times on. I'm not even really sure what we're trying to do. Like, if this isn't a boss battle, and this is just some giant HRA that we're trying to activate or some kind of entity that we need to put an HRA on. I'm probably wasting some opportunities to blow some things up. Got a gate unlocked. Is there anything that can be done? Is there any way to work your way around the edges without... Activate the explosives to excavate the Blackrock prison. So they're telling you to do that directly. Well, that's no good. I'm dead. There was... See, the problem with launch is I don't think, grab something from a distance and use that. So I would have to find a battery somewhere up here, which I suspect they're not going to be so generous to give me a battery, and plug them in. So instead, what I'm going to have to do is work my way down and get, hopefully not shot in the process, so that I can plug in these power cubes. Yeah, that's exactly how I figured that was going to go. So clearly we have to clear out this area first. You can see my SSD is doing most of the loading, but there does seem like there's a couple of factors that are playing a role in the loading in this game. I wouldn't be surprised if some of it is the amount of video RAM. Since the 2080 has 8 gigabytes of video RAM, I wouldn't be surprised if it takes a little bit time for textures to load even from an SSD into that setup. Right. I don't know if this is the right way to go about this. I think it probably is, though. We'll just jump into the fray and see what happens. Alright, where are the enemies? Where is everybody? So, I guess those are all just explosives. That's not gonna work. We've got way too much power going through this guy. Alright, I need help, I need help. Can we find any help? No, we can't. Because using the shield to try to pick up health still doesn't work when you have the suicide bombing guys. And you really do have to just clear out this whole area, I think. I don't think that you're going to be able to just dodge. I guess we could do some of this. We could try some of that dodge, but I don't think it's going to work. Oh, did the game choose pity on me? It looks like they're all charged. I don't recall putting three things in, but whatever. I thought I had only done 2. So, did we get it?
There it is, right where you led me. The HRAs, the prisons, they mean something to you. I need to get this prison to Marshall before it's too late. HRAs, then Dylan.
So, like, I have no interest in getting down into that fight and dealing with those people. So, what we're looking for now is directly to the left. Looks like there might be a little bit of an alcove, and it looks like there might be a bit of a secret thing directly to where I am, if I don't fall to my death. Man. That's another thing I think they should patch. I don't think I'm being picky here to say that the B button when in the map should mean cancel and not dash forward. If somebody is literally trying to play the game with the map up, then that's such a weird way to play the game. Anyways, I don't think you can really accommodate that. I would also wonder if you're not opening yourself up to bugs and glitches if you are allowing people to play with the map up. That sounds like a good way for a speedrunner to find a glitch. Is to pull up the map and move while the map is still moving. Is there a way up there? Or is this just all decoration? Let's see. Can't get up there. Maybe can get up here? I'm not sure if I'm gonna run into an invisible wall or if I'm just gonna accidentally get killed first. Yeah. Seems like they've intentionally set the height on all of those so that you can't get any higher than where I am. Now the map shows that there is kind of an indent here also. But yeah. I guess if we do get that ability to fly high, which is something they teased and something I expect we will actually get at some point, that will start to play a role. But it wants me to go to that location. How would I possibly... What is that? I don't even know what that is. I'm seeing it's just a black mess. I don't think I can. I don't think I can get up over there. So this must be a way that you come back later. Unless I'm supposed to jump on that and hold on for dear life. Will that just spawn another one? Is another one coming, or does it go back and forth? I could have sworn this is where we came in. No, we came in from this. Alright. Really don't want to die here. What was in this room? Why did it want me to come this direction? We've run into that problem a couple times. I'm not sure I can actually get up high enough to where I want to go. Yeah. See, I want to go over there. And...
Oh, not what I expected.
So, apparently me blowing a hole in the wall opened up these interdimensional portals. So this is the only way out, as far as I can tell. Now we have to be a little careful, because we're going to have more enemies spawning. So let's take this as a convenient way to go this direction and escape. I don't know if this is the right way to go or not, but I feel like this is the smart way to go, as everything in that area has become way more dangerous than other sections. Music decided to stop playing. And we got an ability point. I'm not sure I can make it through all of this area. So we may have the item, and now we may be close to a fast travel location, so I may just be able to go back to where I was. Yeah. So there's no reason to go and try and deal with those guys. I have a new ability, which I don't have enough points for anything too much. We could get some more energy. That might do something. I think I'm just going to sit on that point. And we actually got the maintenance incursion done. So now we could see. Mold hosts. We'll go ahead and accept that, although I doubt we're even going to deal with mold hosts. And where does the game want me to go now? I think it actually wants me to go to the central executive. So I probably should have taken some of the challenges to defeat enemies in central executive while I'm here. That being said, I don't want to start distracting myself doing things that don't really need to be done. And now that there he is right there. Now that we're in Central Executive, we could change our outfit if we unlocked any new outfits, which we haven't.
Pope wants us to compile all of Darling's data entries from the past month.
So here's Marshall.
Darling's personal logs? He'll crucify us if he finds out. Who does she think she is, authorizing that kind of data breach?
She must think she's hiding something, and I agree. The HRE's
So this is these people are getting back to working, and no longer are they going to the boardroom. So who's in the boardroom? Wait a minute.
Faden, did you find a prism?
His corrupted organisms vary so wildly.
So
What's the connection?
Pope is here. This room is getting slightly more decorated, but Pope is also out there. So unless she's a twin,
It's
like, isn't this Pope?
Pope's grasping at straws.
Why?
Maybe not.
If his is a
I guess maybe it's just
then
a
why couldn't it
similar
vibrate
face
molecules
model.
in order to alter human physiology? It would explain the hair loss.
Think about
Let's
it.
talk to Marshall.
Had to take a detour into the quarry, but I found plenty. Here.
I don't know
We
if
will
there's
start
anybody
HRE
else
production
that
immediately.
even needs to be
I
rescued.
promised I'd tell you about Dylan once you helped us.
This is it. She knows. 17 years I've waited.
Your brother is here. He was once known as Prime Candidate 6, codenamed P6. We brought him here after the ordinary event. He was groomed to be the future director. He had talents far beyond any other candidate in the program.
And of course he's the
Of
bad guy
course
now.
He did. We found you together. We share a bond. Are you with him now?
So you kidnapped him.
We took him in. Your parents vanished along with every other adult in Ordinary. Eventually,
they?
his power changed him. There were casualties.
First
He
I'd
wasn't
heard
fit to
that
be the
other
director.
people
Did you know about this?
disappeared.
Is this why you didn't bring me here sooner? Were you keeping me away?
Where is Dylan?
He's kept in the containment sector, in the Panopticon.
My brother. I thought we were the same. What if we are?
I'm going. Now.
I
Look at
expected
the
as much.
jagginess on her
I need to go check on something.
sleeve.
Something
That
I
was
cannot
really
let Hiss
bad.
find. It shouldn't take long, but you must watch the Bureau while I'm gone. And remember, Dylan is dangerous. Do
So-
not let him out, Director Faden.
We're gonna
How
get
do I make her stop calling me that? I'm not here for them. Nothing simple here. These people took my brother, but they've accepted me without question. Are they my enemies or my friends? I need to see Dylan. I need to know.
You know what? This storyline
Explain things.
heavily is similar to the
Stay with
Librarian,
me, okay?
I believe, TNT TV series or series of movies that turned into
I
a
could
TV
use a friend
series.
right now.
It probably would have been better if this game had started with you filling out an application or getting a letter to show up somewhere and not knowing what's going on, and then have to be introduced slowly into the story. We have this issue with the way the story is being told right now, where our character kind of knows everything, or knows a lot more than she's saying.
Making a formal security order due to the incident in April. Case number 21HQ593. Improper use of the jukebox altered item led to 2 fatalities. We believe a pair of agents used the jukebox to travel to the quarry threshold and engage in inappropriate workplace behavior.
Interesting.
An expedition team found them decomposing at the formation's base a week later. At least we found out the jukebox doesn't bring corpses back when the song ends. I'm having the jukebox placed in a secure location in the executive sector. It should never have been accessible to low clearance staff in the first place. The new location's security and proximity to a high traffic area will prevent misuse, while still allowing for expedition teams to access it when required. See me for any further details.
So there's a jukebox somewhere. I don't think we've ever opened this. More copyrighted music. Is there anything else? It's an odd musical choice. Maybe just an odd intro to the song.
No hiss followed you in, right?
So that's the sector elevator. And we'll have to think about where we want to go. Let's see, this would be the nostalgia department, the communications department, and the dead letters department. Have we been to all of these departments? I don't recall seeing a nostalgia department, and it doesn't seem like it's marked on the map. If we come back and talk to her,
What can I help with?
we'll see if she has anything new to say.
Jesse, when you were down in research, did you run into a Dr. Rhea Underhill?
I didn't. Who is she?
She is a colleague of mine, a researcher studying a kind of extra-dimensional mold growing below research.
Well, I don't like the sound of that.
No one does. Look, I haven't heard from Rhea since the hiss arrived. Would you mind having a look around for her next time you're in research?
Of course.
Thanks, Jesse. Now, what's on your mind?
So we got the side quest. So we can hold to activate that. So we've got 3 new lines of dialogue.
I visited the quarry. What's the plan for all that black rock?
I feel like we
The Bureau
probably
has used
are
Black
skipping
Rock
over a
almost
lot of this
exclusively for
dialogue.
containment purposes. See, I say, branch out. Instead of boxes, helmets. Instead of blast shields, knives.
Knives?
Yes, knives. So many combat applications. Slicing, stabbing, gouging. Sorry. I've been trying to get Darling to explore combat applications for years. I got a little excited.
Wow. I did not expect that from her.
So there's a bureau alert, maintenance hiss nodes. I don't care
This
about
place
that.
is looking good. Arish is making real progress around here.
Right? This place is a fortress. And with him taking care of operations here, I can spend more time analyzing the hiss. I've been attempting to isolate and neutralize the hiss resonance in blood samples, but no luck so far.
So you can't reverse it.
Not yet, but perhaps reversing it is too simple. See, if Hiss resonance can rewrite human genetics, then perhaps it's a question of rewriting the Hiss resonance. In theory,
I don't
that
think
could
we're
pave the way
saving
for
anybody
custom human genetic
until the end of the
alteration.
game at the least.
I wonder how often the phrase mad scientist is used around here.
It almost has like a My So-Called Life or Dead Like Me is a show I actually watched feel to it.
How is HRA production coming
The
along?
way the
Better
internal
than
dialogue
expected.
is used.
We've already made enough to get people out of a couple safe rooms. And they're here, alive, thanks to you. And we never would have lasted this long if you hadn't walked in those doors.
You deserve thanks too, of course.
We got this place up and running together, Emily.
I wonder if the internal dialogue might be
I should be going.
the
Enjoy your
interdimensional species.
Oh, I will.
She seems nicer than what Jesse says out loud, but I don't think that's what they're trying to imply at all. Right. So this, if we can get the menu to pop up. So missions wise, I could probably abandon a couple of the board countermeasures and try to do some of the executive countermeasures. This would be the main story, find Dylan, and that would be in containment, which would be a whole different area. Or we have the clear the clog missions, which we'll probably never do, or the old growth mission, which is in research. So yeah, you definitely would be sidetracked if you don't just follow the main story. I don't think it's worth it doing these in particular, these respawning events. But even clearing the clog and old growth are things that I think we'll get around to doing. We have maybe, is it even 10 main story missions done? So I wouldn't be surprised if the game ends after 12 main story missions. Since they seem to be kind of long, it takes a lot of work to get to the areas that we're supposed to try to get to. We're getting more collectibles. Still, the game is getting slightly more difficult without really giving us a great way to upgrade our weapons too, which I guess you would only really fix that if you grinded it out. There is, I think, a decent argument that if you could find a 100% save file of this game or a modified save file that had everything upgraded at the beginning, that would be a nice easy mode way of playing this. We've heard about the jukebox as an object of power, the rubber duck, and the swan boat, and the oscillator. So there's several items as far as objects of power that we could potentially pick up as our final object of power, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's nothing like that. If anything, I bet our brother gives us the final object of power, and he maybe even becomes the final object of power. He's still got a ridiculous amount of collectibles, ridiculous amount of multimedia things. Let's see, can we build... Let's see, we have 4 abilities. So I could do launch explosives or more launch damage for 3. And I think launch damage for that much is totally worth it. And I could spend 1 more point if I wanted to, but it would be better just to wait. 3 more points unlocks an additional personal mod slot, and I don't think there's anything else that we could do beyond that. We're 1 house memory short of upgrading the grip. We're 3 entropic echoes away from upgrading the spin. I would want to upgrade the spin more than the grip, but I think you're going to have to just upgrade everything as you can. I don't think there's a reason why you would want to spend your points, which aren't coming as fast as I would like.
It's ridiculous.
Because it really does feel like we're potentially 3/4 of the way done with the game now. And yeah, I don't think that there's a reason why I want to go this direction and try and find a nostalgic department. I think I probably would just find that it's either something we've already done or it's something we missed. Let's see. We clearly have missed a lot of things. Yeah, this feels like this is the... Let's see. Nostalgic department entrance is at number 4. So that is somewhat something we missed. Ah, but that's that area that we can't access. That's gonna be the last of the game. I'd forgotten about that. So we kind of know what the nostalgic department is. That's basically the end of the game. Speaking of the end of the game, that's gonna be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me even further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.